It's Dr. Norbert here, coming to you live from London, turning on all the things. Boom, boom, boom. And there we are, live for week 5 of season 14 of the TTS League. So glad to be here tonight. We've got Antstonez from Sweden again, trying to give it another crack at it with his Xavier-based X-Men versus a secret roster from Rich Mid Gaming. Rich was on the show as a co-host last time, but now he's going to be a player. But in the regular co-hosting chair is my good friend, the Huggy Bear. Hello, Huggy.
Hello, Norbert, and I am more than ready to turn things on.
Yeah, excellent. This is the last stream that we're going to do before we both meet in Malmo for Swedish Wind.
Yes, I'm so excited about it. It's this weekend, and it's going to be awesome.
Cool. All right, let's go.
Brewery-based tournament, but let's look at the rosters.
Look at the rosters, and we'll get into it. All right. Looks like Richmond is.
Spider Foes.
Is he going to do Spider Foes? Amazing. Black Cat.
Damn it, no Spider Foes.
This is Richmond Gaming. He's in red today. Black Cat, Bullseye, Electro, nice. Klaw, woohoo! Mysterio, Winter Soldier Operative. So this is Bucky 2. Shocker, all the new hotness. Shadowland Daredevil, Sandman, whoa, and Rhino. Gosh, he really is going with everything new. This is great. Demons, Gamma, Sword, Fear Grips, Research Station, and Montesi. Go ahead.
So, very interesting. It's Shadowland Daredevil Criminals, but
could be Klaw. Could be Klaw.
Of the new... Could be Klaw. That's true. And the Klaw turns out could be real good with Sandman, who has multiple grunts that die a lot.
Yeah. All right. Stonesy from Sweden is got Shadowcat, Professor X, Nightcrawler, Magic, Beast, Miles Morales, Storm, Toad, Ultron 2, and regular Wolverine. Wolverine 1, not Logan. He's got Skrulls, Paranoia, Mutant Extremists, Riot Sparks, Portals for Spider People, and Cosmic Invasion, Black Order.
So pretty interesting lists. He has some of the combos you can enable with Xavier's leadership. Starting with there's Magic starting in the powertrain and then enabling a bunch of teleports round 1, which it can give you an extra advantage early on through X-Men style. So it will be very interesting to see the Crisis combination given these lists.
Me too. Let's see. Who won? It looks like Stonesy won. He's in blue, but he doesn't have his little name up there for some reason. And we'll see what they end up taking. It looks like he's taking his Secures. So he's chosen Secures. And Richmond, so Secure came up as Riot Spark. So this is a D map where you can heal yourself or a friend who's within 2. Actually, you don't have. It doesn't have to be a friend. It could be an enemy. For some reason.
Technically.
Yeah. Look at that. And so it'd be 17 or 18 points, and the other one is Montesi formula. So that's straight down the middle. Tonight's map is Research Station from Pat. Good old Pat, still with us despite taking a little hiatus. And very light terrain. Only 27 points on the table. Let's take a look now, and I can explain where the crises are going to be lining up. Let's take a look. All right. So the map is a little hard to read, so we'll have to be a little careful about that. Solar panels here on the bottom right, which are size 2 spruce on the left, size 2 turret, size 3 are in the middle, 1 size 4 hauler, size 2 turret here in the middle again. Oh, these stumps are the size 1s, and a vent, these little things here. Size 3 cargo in the middle, size 3 over there. So size 4, 3, and 3 on the top of the map. So a bit bigger pieces. Bottoms are 2s and 1s in the middle, really.
We saw a bunch of tab arrows pointing at the middle size 2 terrain piece there. My guess is that they were discussing whether you could place a medium base on top of it or not.
Yeah, it is on an angle if I'm looking at it, so it could be a little tough to balance it on there.
Hmm.
Okay. So the secures, as I said, they heal you or a friend or somebody within 2. They're at the bottom, all the way at the top. On the right, which is covered by a spell book, and on the left, which is also covered by a spell book. And then there's a spell book in the middle. The spell books, you can only hold 1 of each. And if you do hold it, you can, if you wish, use one of your actions to do a beam attack, which I think is 6 dice mystic, but you're not allowed to get extra dice. So like no exploding dice, right? On
Nope.
a on a
No
on the
exploding dice on the Montesi
Yeah, so
beams, no.
it's
And
absolutely nothing.
no dice modifiers of any kind. However, you can, with OG Wolverine, still count wilds as double if you use his charge.
Okay, good point. Good point.
Which is could be quite insane, actually.
Before we get rolling, because I'm thirsty now, check it out, Huggy Bear. Look at this bad boy. I am holding. Oh, let me turn it a little bit better. Do you see that? This is the best beer in the world. What's widely known as the best beer in the world. I mentioned it last time, so I hope people aren't getting bored of me saying
known. Yeah.
Widely known. This is the Trappist.
So according to the populace, it's...
This is a Trappist Westfeldteren 12. The 12. Now I learned this. They have a single, which is like the blonde. They have a double, which I usually very much like. This 12. So the double is called an 8. This is a 12. It's actually in the class of not triple, but rather quadruple. It's a quadruple. And check this out. I was looking at all the beers on tap for the Swedish Wind Tournament this weekend in Malmo, and they have a quadruple of their own on tap. So I'm super stoked to try out their quadruple since I love Belgian style beers.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm pouring this bad boy out. Tell me.
I myself have a classic Highland Park glass of whiskey.
Oh, nice one. Cheers, 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 everybody. Hope you're enjoying MCP. Hope you're enjoying this stream.
Indeed.
All right.
At least as much as we are.
Woo! Welcome, everybody in the chat. People are excited to be watching a game here in a nice summer day that we hear. I have no jacket on. Huggy's a little loose as well because it is getting a little warmer, which is nice. And people are excited to see Klaw on the table. And people are asking me. People ask me to send them a case.
I just want to see as many spider foes as possible.
Yeah, it's. I feel like they're going to be the hotness at Swedish Wind.
You think?
Yeah, everybody loves them.
You're bringing them?
Not me, because we don't have them in the UK yet. The Asmodee UK moved their warehouse or something like that, and for the last month haven't shipped any product out. It's like such a great business planning. Jesus. So it looks like they're playing 18. So Rich has chosen 18 threat to play. Let's see. Have they already put down things? Davey523 agrees with me. Are you in the UK, Davey? Are you struggling with us as well? I feel like the Houthis have surrounded the British Isles now, in addition to blocking off the Red Sea when it comes to getting new product. Looks like a little bit of lag. For some reason,
I'm only seeing 2 characters on the bridge.
Yeah, I see some lag. I think the system's gonna crash very soon. Oh, there it comes up. Yeah, there was some lag. All right, should we take a look at Rich's then first? Ugh, it's still not responding well. Hang on. Yeah, Davey's up in Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, and so. Despite being in Ireland. But you have the ability, can't you just go across the border and buy yourself something from the Republic of Ireland? And, circumvent those Brexit benefits that that we all voted for, apparently. All right, Richmond Gaming, Black Cat. Oh, good, Daredevil. Shadowline Daredevil. Bullseye, classic. Winter Soldier 2, so this will be interesting. I haven't seen him on the table with Daredevil. And he did take Klaw. So there's a chance of 2 different types of characters. Let's see if he took versatile. No, he didn't have, maybe he did. Versatile strategy. But he's taken fallback, patch up, all according to plan. Yep. Soldat activated. Oh, fun.
Soldat activated. That's fun.
Spicy. We'll have to talk about that later. And then mission objective. Okay, so he's only going to be able to pick one leader. He won't be able to switch them, which is like what some people do with Klaw. They get Klaw going and then they switch to the other leader. Stonesy's taken Professor X, Nightcrawler, awesome. OG Wolverine, fun. Magic, and Storm. Be really interesting to see what he was thinking when he saw Rich's roster and he put his team together. Brace, mission objective, Xavier's Dream, which is the healing card, exceptional healing, another healing card, and first class. Very standard cards for X-Men. All right. Get our camera all set up here. So what are your thoughts on the teams that got chosen?
So the Soldat activated card with Bucky, the choice of Bucky 2 by Rich is interesting. It's a very powerful card. However, it somewhat dictates the positioning of Winter Soldier. In order to make use of the card, he needs to be within 2 of the active leader. And on a D, it can be slightly inopportune to bunch up your characters because the scoring can get out of hand quite fast. If I remember correctly, it's Antstonez who have Prio, so he will be able to have an extract lead early. So Rich Mid will be chasing for points most likely. So it will be an interesting chess game round 1 to see what the outset of round 2 is going to look like when the fighting will start.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm also unsure on what leadership Richmond will. My guess would be Daredevil. It certainly would, but we'll see.
People are really confused. They see Klaw on a D map, Crunstal. Also, Riddlesworth, hey buddy, is saying, interesting that Xavier's squad also took Storm somehow. Weird, yes.
So
very
they can
weird.
also, we don't know the leadership there either.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
yeah.
to.
Hey, where is Antstonez located in Sweden?
Umeå, I believe.
Umeå. So all the way up north where the reindeer are. Yeah. Okay. And I think he's coming to the event, to Malmo.
Yeah, it might be. I haven't looked at the roster in detail. Kolar has the way more knowledge than me. I just know I'm going to be there and I'm going to help out.
All right.
In various ways.
Before I forget, I have been trying to get together all the 2 or more day conventions happening around Europe in one place. I've been keeping a little log on my posts on across the Bifrost, but I've actually now been able to persuade the admins to give me access to the events page on Across the Bifrost, and have populated it with all the 2-day or more events in Europe that I am aware of. So if you are interested to find out where you can go traveling to get to a cool event that makes the whole weekend worthwhile for the trip, go to Across the Bifrost and hit the events section and see it there. And if you're a TO who sees has an event that's not on their list, please do get in touch with me, and I would like to add it on there and maybe hopefully come to your event. All right. Yeah. So I think Rich is indicating that he is playing Klaw, and I'm not about Stone's Klaw. This is amazing. Let me see if I can find from Antstonez which is his leader. Hang on. So tell people at home what the Klaw leadership is. And I don't know why Rich has 1 point on the board already. That's pretty funny. Good old Rich.
Right. I don't know the leadership by heart.
I think it's Xavier.
Let me just bring up the text so I can... Xavier leadership?
Yeah, it's going to be Xavier leadership versus Klaw leadership, apparently, which is great. Some fresh stuff on the screen.
And the Klaw leadership might be the shortest worded leadership in the game. When an allied character is dazed or KO'd after the effect is resolved, Klaw may advance short. And this includes grunts committing suicide, which is what Daredevil is there for, obviously. I'm quite convinced that we will see the ninjas move up, pick the book up, and then commit suicide to pass the book to someone else and have Klaw move up the board for free.
Yeah. This is amazing.
So when Klaw gets power built up on him, he has a pretty cool reactive superpower that when an enemy character ends an activation within 3 of him, he can spend 3 power to push the enemy character away, and they are unable to do anything about it, basically, unless they backstop themselves or something. So that gives him a very powerful area denial. Sort of, he could more or as long as he gets to build enough power, he could more or less guarantee scoring the Northern Secure for a couple of rounds here.
So here we go.
Points.
We're watching it in action here. Sorry.
Yep.
So there's Rich has activated the ninjas as part of Daredevil's activation. They've picked up the home book. They've tossed it to Bullseye, which just deletes them. And boom, leadership's activated. Klaw gets moved. Is it 2 or short? Short, right? Yeah.
Short.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to measure something else for some other reason. So there you see it, everybody. If you're not looking, there's Klaw at the top.
Is it? Yeah, he wants to stay within 2 of Winter Soldier to still have Soldat online.
Okay. Meanwhile, as Ant's first move was to put Nightcrawler up, take the center book, and using first class as part of this, and then he moved him over to the turret because when he's within 1 of a size 2 or more size terrain, he gets a stealth. And he had to use a power to teleport himself over in that direction. So that's that first move. Daredevil has moved up to the bottom D here as part of the Rich's move, and now we have Ant moving magic up to counteract that movement.
So she was handed a power earlier by Xavier's leadership, so she will be able to teleport far enough up that she can attack Daredevil.
Yeah, so let's explain that. So basically, Nightcrawler used his superpower to move that 1 that I mentioned. That triggers Xavier's leadership. He gave that power over to Magic, and just like you said, she teleports 2 instead of 1. That leaves her now in the ability to attack Daredevil with a Mystic attack, which is good because he counts blanks otherwise, and that's a fantastic hit. Look at that.
Wow. Oh my god.
Which converted into nothing. But 4 hits into no saves. See, that would have been 2 saves on Daredevil had it been anything other than Mystic. Exactly. This is amazing. So much fun.
So skadoosh.
Hello, Guy. Guy from Israel's on the show there. Good to see you in the chat. Also, Tail Gunner from Croatia is in the chat. And the mighty Jacob Deaton, web warrior extraordinaire from the United States. Deaton, I found a really fun...
Guys.
Hello. That's Bullseye coming up onto the home secure, which makes sense. Deaton, I saw a funny thing. It was an ad. They were doing good, really creative ads for all time kind of a thing. Anyhow, it was a ad for Raid. Raid in the States is a spray can that you spray to kill bugs in your house, right? Or anywhere. And it's a picture of, you see it from the floor, like the camera's on the floor, and it's like a door is open, and you see a can of Raid there sitting on the floor, and from the other side of the door, all you see is like the forearm and a hand, and it's Spider-Man's forearm and hand. All right, so after Bullseye moves to the home secure, Storm secures her home secure, and then Rich counters by having Black Cat go to the bottom secure point to win it over Magic. Yeah,
that pretty much seals the deal on the southern secure for the first round of the game, which will go to Rich. And then it'll be interesting to see what Stones decides to do about the northern one, because here the lead going into round 2 hangs in the balance. Antstonez need to be aggressive with Xavier if he doesn't want to let Rich have the lead, because a 3-1 extract secure advantage beats a 2-1 extract advantage. So it would mean 4-3 to Rich after round 1, putting Antstonez in the position that he would have to chase points, which is like not necessarily the thing the X-Men likes to do. They like to get an early lead and keep it.
Look at
And
Look
apparently
at
he's moving in
Xavier.
the other direction.
Xavier's going in.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
speedster with a wheelchair,
All right, but he's not contesting.
rocket-powered wheelchair. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Wolverine, as part of Xavier's leadership, got an extra power, so his charge is online. In
Yep,
fact, there he is
it
at the
is.
top left.
So pretty dangerous to move up to that point right now.
Yeah. So Rich has got Soldat to go. So tell us about Soldat's card. Soldat activated.
Soldat activated is a wall of text, which makes Bucky do cool stuff to protect his leader. It's basically that you have to you have to play it on Bucky at the start of the game, and then you have to have a leader that is Cabal, Criminal Syndicate, or Hydra affiliated that has a leadership of that affiliation. That gives Bucky a superpower, and an innate superpower. That means that as long as he's within 2 of the active leader, that active leader gains cover at all times. And every time the leader is attacked, Bucky gets to attack the attacking model back with his range 5 gun.
Wow. Oh, range 5. Nice.
Which is pretty good. So, and also, when he starts an activation within 2 of the leader, Bucky that is, he gains a free power and gets to heal 1 point of damage. So, all good stuff.
Wolverine charged up to...
Pretty good card. A really good card, actually. But, like I mentioned earlier, somewhat dictating the position of 2 models.
Yeah, sure.
Forcing them to be more or less bunched up, which can become a problem over the course of the game in case he needs to spread out to secure points.
Okay, so Wolverine charged up as we predicted, attacked Winter Soldier, did no damage, unfortunately. He didn't get wilds or anything. Klaw moved up and used his second action to attack Wolverine and managed to put 2 damage through on that one. And so that leaves the score at, let's see, 4 for Rich and 3 for Antstonez. Antstonez. And the virtue of that is because Stonesy's got 2 extracts and 1 secure down here. And meanwhile, Rich has got the secure at the top and on the right and on the bottom, and then 1 extract. So more secure control for Rich. All right, they're just doing the cleanup phase. Thanks for reading us of that card. I haven't seen Winter Soldier too much, and people were raving about that card upon release, but now we haven't really seen him very often.
It was very powerful with an unnerved Malekith. Luckily, he disappeared, but yeah. He can still do some fun stuff, for sure.
Okay, so we are back over to Antstonez. He's got priority at the top of round 2. Nice, sharp game.
Yep.
Boys are moving like fast and furious, but let's see now. Now it's going to get ugly. But I like what Rich did. I like Rich's moves with Klaw in the early game, plus Soldat up there, and the Shadowland Daredevil interaction. All that interaction was great, but on the other hand, Antstonez using magic and Wolverine powered up to do early round stuff was also pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very obvious that Rich had a very clear plan for his round 1. He wanted to overload the flanks, whereas Antstonez put a bit more models in the center of the board, trying to secure his extract advantage. So now the real game starts, and we'll see if Antstonez goes for an early days on an enemy model in order to give away prio to Rich. There's really no reason to chase prio against criminals, given the fact that they have all according to plan and can just take it back at will.
More or less at will, but yeah.
And also, it's if he wants to score points, having the last activation of the round is always a good thing.
I wanted to point out Shadow Marvel is in the chat. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Shadow Marvel's Gamers Guild podcast just came out with an interview with Will Schick from Atomic Mass Games. If you want to take a look at what's happening in AMG land, they talk a lot about organized play in the show, a bit about timelines, a bit about the Challenger event, a bit about conventions, a bit about casual play, all that kind of stuff. So illuminating if you want to hear a little bit about how the studio is thinking about that.
Absolutely. I listened to it myself last night. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff. They even managed to get Nate out of retirement and onto the show as a host, co-host again. Yeah, so no spider foes in the UK. None. Zero. We're reaping Brexit benefits by not getting ourselves distracted with new toys. Just can focus on, doing competent work to improve society instead.
Now is not the time to play. Now is the time to work.
So I think
Is Magic going to town on
Shadowland.
Daredevil?
I mean, he's halfway dazed, so makes sense.
Yep, and she has the right kind of damage.
Ooh!
Look at that!
This is what randomly happens with Daredevil.
Unbelievable.
he randomly just doesn't tank like he usually does, but of course it's with magic. So, although he hadn't rolled that many blanks either in both.
Well, against mystic attacks, he's effectively a 3-threat.
Yeah. Oof.
Defense-wise.
So, but Klaw gets to move again.
Yep.
Good old Klaw, reaping the benefit of other people's misfortune.
Ooh, he has a real funny beam, which is range 5. Can't remember the cost.
It's a card. Isn't that a card? Isn't that a card?
No, the card is a range 5 area attack.
Okay, right.
That stuns.
All right. Second action for Magic is to attack Black Cat. 3 hits into 3 saves, or 4 saves, so no problem. Something about dice. They're not sure why they blinked up there.
The beam 5 is not really going to help Klaw where he is, though, because both Storm and Nightcrawler have stealth.
Yep.
As of now.
Pierce. Oh, thanks, buddy. Okay, so I think that's it. And so it looks like Klaw is going into Wolverine again. Oh my God. Great hit. Whew. 5 with 2 crits.
Bang.
That's 6 hits into no saves. Wow.
So unless he plays exceptional, he's down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's down otherwise, even though he's got 7 hit points on this side.
Yep. And there's the 1 attack left to go.
So what?
Yeah, so I'm just waiting to see if Stones will play the card or not. I'm on the edge of my seat.
But
yes or no? Yes or no? No. Yes.
No,
yeah,
he's not. He's sucking it up. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's usually. I mean, it's a card that becomes more and more impactful the longer you hold on to it. Basically.
Okay.
Stopping. I mean, at this point, it allows Antstonez to keep prio if that's what he wants. I doubt that's what he wants. But he can play it later to stop a KO rather than a daze. And at that time, Wolverine is likely to have built up way more power. So he's like using the card to protect a more powerful activation later than protecting a more average activation right now.
So it looks like Rich was trying to beam Nightcrawler, but I think Stonesy's then also pointed out that that the terrain is there, so he should have stealth. But
Yep,
I don't know.
that is the case.
I don't know if this is coming through or not. They keep tagging
Well,
Nightcrawler.
oh, the terrain gets destroyed by the beam, so
Oh,
the stealth
does it?
disappears.
Oh no!
After
Oh,
the range tool is placed for this attack, destroy all size 2 or smaller interrupted range
wow!
for use. It overlaps.
Wow!
Some
That's so
claw tech
cool!
right there.
Wow, Clawtech. Who said he was bad? Ooh, I want to.
Was it you, Norbert?
No. I've been trying to make him work for so long that people are like ready to commit me to a loony bin.
Oh, look at that hit.
Oh God, Rich is on fire.
That's and it's a Pierce.
You
It
know,
has Pierce.
it's because he's.
That's a one shot.
Oh yeah, Pierce. Is it Pierce? Wow. How many dice is it? Base.
7. But there's 3 crits. Oh my God.
Is this beam the spender?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it appears that
3, 4, 5, 6.
Rich did his offerings to the
The dice gods.
today.
Yeah.
Woof.
Maybe Carl has gotten tired of us using the blue dice roller so often, and he switched the code to make the red one.
Xavier's Dream.
Yeah.
Xavier's Dream.
People are spending power. So Xavier's Dream is every other character can spend 1 power. For each power spent, whoever you're trying to heal gets healed that much. So they've spent collectively 3. So
This is probably a smart move, but because if Rich wants, he can guarantee Prio next round because of given how much power there is on Shadowland to play all according to plan, and then Klaw could do the exact same thing over again to fish for those KOs on both Wolverine and Nightcrawler, and that could be absolutely devastating.
Right. Well, you've seen the power of Klaw, ladies and gentlemen. Nightcrawler is teleporting himself 3 and is going to now do his teleporting strike into Bullseye, which is range 3, and that'll teleport him to Bullseye after the attack is over. Oh, Quinn Duggan, the Quisling, Rich's Quisling is in the chat, and he's claiming responsibility for Rich's travels with Klaw. Nightcrawler has done 3 hits into God. Look at Bullseye randomly saving 4. Okay,
Rich, what are you doing?
Rich, I don't know. I hope it must have been his newborn or his spouse. Somebody is not living any longer. The dice gods are very, very, very generous tonight. That is not their usual. Anyway, Nightcrawler gets teleported for free, and he's got no power.
Stun put on Bullseye.
He got a stun, yeah.
He doesn't care too much about because he's always generating 1 power, more or less.
And this is Bullseye using parting shot. So he's going to do an automatic point of damage to Nightcrawler and gets to move short away. But Nightcrawler didn't have. Oh, he did have 1 power. He could have done the spender, but is going to have to resort to using the base attack because the spender's only range 2. Yeah, Davey, the level of dice fixing here by the dice gods is it is a little scary to think of what he's given up to gain their favor in that on that scale. Yeah, maybe Carl has changed it where the red dice tray is better on defense, maybe, and the blue one is better on offense when it comes to sweetening up the rolls. Maybe. I don't know what Carl's up to. You got to keep an eye on that guy. Gets a little crazed with all the power in his hands. Okay, here we go. Nightcrawler, do something. Meh. 2 hits, which Bullseye does not save, but he's got 4 hit points, so he's fine. Wow. Stinkeroonie. It's almost as bad as Toad getting away after a couple of hits.
Yep. Survive on 1 is not something any MCP player likes to hear.
Yeah.
From his opponents.
Well, I think that's it for Nightcrawler, so it's over to Rich. I think he's trying to eye up whether Soldat can take him. Now, he is Nightcrawler standing next to terrain, but it's only size 1, and that's not enough to give him the stealth bonus. It needs to be size 2 or better.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody wants to understand what the European meta looks like, at least on a limited level, I recommend you go to the Across the Bifrost blog article by Soren the German. Came out today. Soren the German has done an analysis of just the European stats, and they're quite different from global stats, actually. There's some really bizarre stuff going on in Europe. I hope the Americans and the Canadians take note of that before they come all the way over to the WTC later this year. To be prepared for the wackiness that is the European meta right now. So thank you, Soren, for writing that, doing the legwork and putting together an article for us. PHP Chronos suggesting it might be because of TTS. More Europeans playing TTS than Americans. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe we're just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if it's any indication, Dark Dimension's in the top 5 by a lot. All right, looks like Bullseye's going to try to take down Nightcrawler. Bullseye doesn't have a lot of power yet, so he can't use his spender.
Nope, but he could use a book beam.
Ooh. Nightcrawler has decent Mystic defense, but yeah. Not with that roll, Rich.
Womp, womp. But he can spend his 1 power to do an automatic damage.
Yep. Which I imagine he will. Let's see.
Not seeing it yet, but I certainly would.
Yeah. It looks like he's given him bleed, so I presume this is the builder, and so it should he should get free power from that, and then use that power to use the parting. I never miss.
Yeah. There it is. I think. No damage put on Nightcrawler yet.
Yeah, weird. Maybe use the power. The spender, I think, costs 4, so it's not the spender.
No.
Well, okay, there we go. There's
this. This is a book beam. Aw. Sad. He rolled 3 crits and didn't get to explode them.
Yeah. It was hit and run.
Oh, now
hit and run.
He saved the 1
Clever.
power to use hit and run with the book beam to get back to the point.
Wow, yep. Rich is really completely on top of this game. That is fantastic. So he did hit and run, but instead of running away, he ran back towards the point. So that way he gets to secure it again. And as a matter of fact, has dazed Nightcrawler. Not going so great for Antstonez.
At this point in time, no.
No. But it's never over in MCP.
No, certainly not.
All right, putting the book closer to the Soldat.
Yeah, he's basically telegraphing that he wants to send Bucky over to pick up that. This is where the Soldat card becomes clunky, because Bucky is not going to be able to move to pick up that book without and still be within 2 of Klaw, which effectively renders the card, deactivates the card, basically.
Yep.
So it's a great card, but it dictates what you can do on the board, and that is sometimes not to your advantage.
All right, looks like Xavier is going to go ahead and attack Black Cat.
Yep.
And we'll see what that happens here. I think it's a Mystic attack.
It is.
He won't be able to explode crits. Ooh, almost a Yahtzee.
At will, however. But I think
Oh my god, look at 3 saves.
I think he roots on a wild, right?
Possibly.
Which is very annoying for Black Cat.
So he's done no damage. And is a move part of the attack, or is he just using a second action?
I think he's just moving.
Okay. Black Cat saved.
Wants to score the point.
All right, Rich is activating Black Cat.
Could most likely reach that book.
Yeah.
Probably a good move.
He's thinking about it.
Yep. So he looks, Rich looks like he could be in a pretty good position to score 4 once again. Consequently, leaving Antstonez at 3, giving us an 8-6 situation.
Yeah.
At the close of round 2. We will see whether that ends up being the case or not. But I'm guessing it right now.
We'll see. We shall see. Where are most of the people coming from to Malmo? To the Malmo event.
Where's Kolar when you need him?
You're co-TO.
Yes, but
you just show up.
He's doing all the booking. Yeah, I show up. I do my stuff. I might actually play. We'll see.
I hope so. That'd be fun.
Yeah, if there's an odd number of players, I will be playing. If there's an even number, I will be judging.
Oh, I wanted to point out how well you guys have designed this tournament, and I hope it's something that other TOs take on board in Europe, where you wanted.
Really? What did you like about it?
Yeah, because you want to give people 2 full days of gaming, right? After they make the trip, and it's a big deal and everything. To walk away. There's only 32 players in this case, right? So theoretically, if you wanted like a single winner, you'd have 5 rounds. Now, normally people could do 4 rounds in a day, which leaves 1 round on Sunday, which is kind of silly. Instead, you've done the smart thing, which, in my opinion, which is you're going to let everybody play 4 rounds on Saturday, and then you break them up into pods based on how they did on Saturday, so that everybody on Sunday gets to play 3 games within their pod. So you're going to get 7 games across the weekend, which is perfect.
Yep. Plus whatever casual games you fit in.
Yeah.
In between beers.
Deaton says Huggy just likes the title. You damn right, man.
Yeah.
Huggy Bear.
I'm a collector of titles. A new hat. Look.
All right, so Storm's moved a little bit further away, but still securing the back secure. Yep, and that's the end of her activation. What?
Basically a non-activation, or a like virtual pass, which is caused by positionings on the board. It's certainly favorable for Rich that Antstonez is forced to more or less waste activations here.
Yeah,
well, it's certainly not a waste to grab 1 VP, but I mean, Storm would definitely have liked to do 1 or more attacks here.
So Rich has just got Soldat to go, and he's just moving him within 2 of Klaw for the reasons that we've been talking about. And he's likely to call it a day there once he's finished putting him down.
Yeah, setting up for next round, where he could possibly move south and threaten Storm. He also has his sneaky trick or treat superpower, which is pretty fun. It's the same superpower as I don't know the name of it, but it's the same as Green Goblin's trick or treat, where if an opponent ends an advance or place. Yeah, kill box. That's right, PHP Chrono. Within 4 of Bucky, and at the same time within 2 of a piece of terrain, he can spend 3 power, immediately destroy the piece of terrain if it's size 3 or less, and it's considered to be thrown at the model. So it's a reactive throw, which can have huge impact if people are caught off guard by it. So it's this kind of superpower where you rarely get to use it, but it puts like a cognitive tax on the opponent. It's like one more thing that they have to think about all the time throughout the game. So um,
We have a crash.
this,
The
yeah.
TTS crashed. Boop. So let me close it.
Oh no!
Oh no! Hopefully they'll be able to recover the game
Hope
because
they
this
save
game
the
is
game.
hot. This game is really hot. I'm super enjoying this game. So let us try to get back together once the boys put the room back together. Meanwhile, PHP Chrono, am I right in thinking that you live in Georgia or is it northern Florida and you work in one of the other places? I'm just wondering if you're in the same constituency as Marjorie Taylor Greene in Georgia. I'd be very interested to chat with you if that were the case. Whilst we're dealing with this crash. So I land around 3 or 4 p.m. No. Yeah, 3 p.m. Copenhagen time. And then we got to go over to Malmo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you checking in luggage?
No. No.
No.
It's much easier.
Then you'll be, yeah, for sure. And the only downside to Copenhagen Airport that it can be quite slow when it comes to baggage pickup.
Oh, I see.
But if you haven't checked in on luggage, then you'll be in Malmö around 4 at the latest.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
If you land at 3.
So my plan is the hotel's on the way to the venue, so I figure we'd just drop off our bags to check in, get that settled, and then we're there to do casual gaming and drink beers. So
sounds awesome.
Yeah. So if anybody's going to be in Malmo early-ish, like around dinner time, please come down to early if you can. We want to get some of that delicious barbecue, some appropriate beers for that, and we're going to get some warm-up games in. You can see what the London meta is all about. All right, let's see if I can kill this faster.
London meta?
Yeah, it's me and Alan coming.
Yeah, okay. You're going to show us the way. Yeah, that's
you. All right, let me try to kill this. Crap. Kill this thing sooner, because sometimes it takes forever to close. What's this thing called? TTS, right? Where is it? Don't know. Stuff is moving around. Where's Tabletop Simulator? Come on. I got so many things running right now. I can't find it in the list of stuff that's running. Oh my God. So much. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we are. Found it. Can I end task? Yes. End task. Boom. Yeah. Did it. All right. Let's get back in it. Yeah, thanks, PHP Chrono. I was looking. I had so many things open when I stream like this. I couldn't actually find it in the list. But here we go. We're back in business. Yeah, maybe Riddlesworth is suggesting Stonesy had to crash the game to get the dice rollers to reset. Oh, that's funny. Rich. Classic password. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Whew. All right, let's see. We'll let everything load, and then I will hit the button. All right. Let's see where the boys are at. So the overhead display now gets borked, which is annoying. Hopefully when they switch the next round, it'll reset itself. So, but we're going to have to just deal with that. At least the bars are showing so we can see what's happening with the power and hit points. But yeah, we're back. Back at it. Looks like the game saved in the right space, so no change on the board state, which is fantastic news. 8-6. Rich going into Stonesy. Stonesy's got a number of dazed characters at this point, but by no means is out of it. But he is definitely under pressure.
Yep, Rich has executed 2 successful turns, giving him an advantage in both attrition and scoring.
All right, I think
2 successful rounds. I mean,
so I think Soldat got moved. Not sure. And Stonesy's Stonesy's got priority, doesn't he? Oh, you know what it was? They probably reset Soldat to match where he was at the end of the turn. It probably didn't save him in that last position that Rich moved him into. So that's what's going on. So Stonesy's going with Wolverine, full on power, but already 3 out of 6 on his injured side. Not good.
could you turn on screen share again?
Oh, sorry, buddy. There you go. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, you can. Okay, cool.
There
Right. Wolverine going into
Soldat.
Wolverine going into Soldat. I think. Oh, all according to plan got played. Thank you, Riddlesworth. So no, this is Soldat going into Wolverine.
Yep. Wolverine will, however, survive this because he has exceptional healing in hand.
Yeah, because that was another good hit with, again, Stonesy can't roll defense dice to say for love or no money. Good Lord. He hasn't played the card just yet, Stonesy. People are saying that Riddlesworth, sorry, is saying that Daredevil spent all of his power, all 10, to play the all according to plan, which is hilarious.
Expecting to get killed, maybe.
This must have been part of the throw. No, this is why did Soldat move? Is
I think he's used the hit and run, maybe.
Okay.
Not really sure why, but sure.
Oh, actually, Klaw has gone. Thanks, guys. Klaw did something.
Right.
Klaw.
It's hard to see the activation here because the overlay is
borked.
Bar.
Klaw went into Wolverine, it looks like, and maybe whiffed because Exceptional is still up. Yes, I think that's probably right. So it is Wolverine attacking Soldat now because it's Stonesy's turn. And but not doing a great job of it. Soldat's on 2 out of 6 hit points. Here's the second action. Great hit from Wolverine. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. Good God. With, I think, Pierce. Good save, though. 3 saves. The crit rolling into another save. 4. So 3 should go through unless there's Pierce involved. It'd be 4. Wow. Yeah. So for people who are confused about what happened, round 3 started. Rich spent 10 power to play all according to plan off of Shadowland Daredevil, which gave him priority. Klaw then probably went to attack a Wolverine and maybe did 3 hit points out of the 6 that he's got on the injured side. So it didn't kill him. Now Wolverine is attacking Soldat, who didn't do terribly much. He did a little bit on the first attack. The second attack was a little bit better. Then he threw him, so he must have taken another point. But Soldat nastily has stayed on 1 hit point. He's on 5 out of 6. Eesh. Wow. That's no bueno for Stonesy. And Wolverine heals 2 as part of his healing factor. So he's down to 1 out of 6 and passes the turn over to Rich. Great game so far. Really, really exciting. A lot of stuff happening.
Yeah,
Keeping it.
it's like this classic chess game MCP that we like.
Mm-hmm. Experimental on both sides and not falling over either.
Right, so there's a bit of a dilemma for Rich here. Bucky has only one damage point left.
Yeah.
So does he activate him in order to get an activation before he gets stays, or does he activate another model to
Oop, look at
have
this.
some?
Rich, how did he get
Oh
moved?
yeah, this is the Claw superpower. Wolverine ended an activation within 3 of Claw, so Claw spent 3 power and pushed him away
Ah, interesting.
reactively.
Not to mention
Great.
Claw's got a really cool model. The sculpture is just so cool.
Yep.
So it'd be nice to see him more often. His stats on Longshanks are not bad, meaning that not a people ought to play him, a decent number, but not a lot. But his win percentage is good. Okay, looks like Rich is activating Black Cat into Nightcrawler. Oop, who's that down there? No. Xavier may be trying to help out, but he's too far away to help Nightcrawler with his giving people extra dice.
Yep.
All right, so Nightcrawler's got to do it alone.
Did we see if
What?
Did we see if seems like a normal attack? Yeah.
Yeah, normal attack and a great save.
At the claw. Yeah.
Nightcrawler's having nothing of it. Nothing. No.
No, sorry, Bob. Okay.
Second attack. Nightcrawler, well, she does 3 hits. And
Pierce.
With Pierce, he saves 2, only saves 1 because of Pierce, so he's going to take 2, I think. But
take 3.
What? Oh yeah, he only saved 1. Sorry,
saving 1.
Yeah. Okay.
So 3 damage and bleed, not bad.
Yeah. Not bad at all. And she's got a book, and she's a pain in the ass to kill or daze.
Yep. Especially when she is on full health.
Claw just spent a crap ton of power
to patch up.
Soldat, all that work undone. Oh, it's so aggravating.
Yep.
Oh man, is that awful?
Womp womp. Sad times for Wolverine. Yeah, time's running out on Antstonez here. He needs to get some work done fast.
Yeah.
For this game not to run away.
Nightcrawler has spent 1 to heal himself off the secure, and he just spent a little bit more. Not sure why.
Maybe he's eyeing a place to have a series of spenders.
I'm trying to build he's teleported himself 1 to get within 4 of Xavier. Nice. But of course now he's out of range of his spender, so he's going to have to use his teleporting strike instead, which is range 3 instead of range 2. And he's going after Bullseye. Bullseye has a book and only 3 hit points. He must have healed himself at some point. 3 hits, 2 crits. That's 5 hits into no saves. All right. That crash really helped Stonesy out. We have to tell Carl. We got to put a bug report in. When the game crashes, the dice rollers flip their propensity for dice rolling. What kind of prize support we got in Malmo?
Very nice price support.
Yeah, Swedish.
Best price support you've ever seen, probably.
I told you that in the 50s, Swedish women were considered the pinnacle of beauty, right? Did I tell you about this?
Oh, really?
Oh,
In the
yeah.
50s?
In the 50s into the 60s, I think.
Sure you weren't in the 70s
Well, maybe.
when you were young?
Well, I was quite young then. I'm sure they were fine back then, but I wouldn't know. As old as I am, it was still quite young in the 70s. So yeah, maybe Swedish women coming by would be a great prize. That would have been amazing.
Well, not in this day and age, Norbert.
No, things have changed, have they? Damn. Is Mrs. Huggy going to make an appearance?
I hope so. I'm working on it.
Oh, amazing. Please tell her to come. I would love to meet her. She's been so generous with her time, letting you screw around here on the show.
Very interesting choice of words there, Norbert, but thanks.
So Nightcrawler has dazed Bullseye. He's picked up the book and then teleported or moved himself as part of the superpower where he gets to move within range 2 of the target and moved himself just a bit further away from the top of the board and passes over to Rich.
Dazing an unactivated character, handing Prio to Rich for next round. Or allowing him to keep power, rather. Priority. Power. Priority.
Yeah.
Starting with the same letter.
Yeah, growing up, it was Swedish women and French cooking. And this is an American perspective. Like the pinnacle.
And now it's French women and Italian cooking.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. Is it French women? I mean, I don't know about that. But Italian cooking, yes. Italian cooking, I think, is definitely overtaken French cooking in the States in terms of popularity.
Bucky has a big activation coming up with that 7 power. Could have at least. Doing work on Wolverine could be beneficial. Also likes to get an attack in on Nightcrawler, it appears.
Well, Nightcrawler has a book and 4 hit points left.
Yep. And Bucky does have hit and run, so he's very capable of attacking both those characters. Range 5 is
disgustingly long. I know. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's just like, oh my God, I can't escape this. Like, no, you can't. That's why I like the cruelty card in Criminal Syndicate so much. It's a range 5 attack, free attack when you play the card, and Mystic on top of it.
Yeah, Fallback is a real popular card, and it sort of cuts right through that one because they're not getting outside of range 5 anyway.
Yeah. Rich trying to figure out where to go next. He's really desperate to take down Nightcrawler. He does have a book and is vulnerable.
Yeah. Stones has both of his Mystic attackers left to activate, so Daredevil is, of course, in a bit of a pickle here. Because there are no real... I mean... he needs to put in a lot... He needs to have some real big dice to convert some actions into VPs on the southern secure there. So might be more attractive to just move and do a 4 dice attack into Nightcrawler and hope that that does a point or 2 of damage to allow him to get the book off of him and robs Antstonez of an attack or 2, maybe. I think Daredevil is hanging in the wind.
Oh, by the way, you can tell me later, but next week I won't be able to stream on Wednesday, but I'm hoping you can do Thursday.
I cannot do Thursday next week, but let's look at our calendars. Later.
Okay. Cool. But I can't do Wednesday. Could do Tuesday.
Right.
But I know that's your game night. Okay. Looks like Rich has finally decided to attack Storm, maybe? But he hasn't moved anybody. But they're rolling dice.
Yeah, it's unclear if this is unclear if this, but yeah, this has to be the Bucky move, and that was an excellent block by Wolverine, I assume.
Ah, okay. So he's attacked Wolverine with a hit and run, and then he's going to move within 5 of Nightcrawler for his second action. Wow, Rich trying to take much value as possible out of this activation. How's that whiskey?
It's gone now. Real good, as always. I always enjoy the Highland ones.
It sounds good. Yeah.
This one's called has the commercial name Viking Honor.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't want to buy that?
Yeah, exactly. That's not an airport only one, is it?
I didn't buy it in an airport.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's a normal one. Yeah, I've heard about that one. It's recommended as one of the good beginners whiskey.
Yeah.
Is it very peaty? Is it got a lot of peat in it?
A lot of piss in it.
Piss?
What
No.
are you talking about?
Yeah. How else do you think the Scots make that stuff? You know how thrifty they are.
I hope
why would you
in the chat right now.
Why would you throw out free piss that would make no sense at all? You need to use that. Rich is doing something.
He's shooting Nightcrawler. Good Nightcrawler.
Okay.
That does the trick.
Thrifty Scots pissing into the vats of whiskey. I never thought of that, but you make a lot of sense, Huggy Bear. Okay. Soldat has taken down Nightcrawler with that second action that KOs him and drops his book near Bullseye and Black Cat. Bullseye and Black Cat are both gone, though, so they're not going to pick that up, but that's Nightcrawler off the table.
No. So, and I don't think Daredevil has the move distance to get to that book, and Antstonez has 3 characters left to activate, whereas Rich has only Daredevil. So, Stones can take his time here. He doesn't have to go for the book immediately. He could just try to kill Daredevil. The thing of note, though, is that Daredevil, although he doesn't count blanks against Mystic,
right?
I think his Mystic defense turns into 5 on his injured side, which is not nothing.
I'm not sure it's 5. I think it's 4, but yeah, let's see.
I think he turns into a 3-3-5.
No, 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Yeah.
3-3-4. Okay.
His backside is hella fun. He turns into a really fun character on his backside. All right, so that's Magic moving once, teleporting twice, and then moving again to pick up that book, and also probably secure the secure, but maybe not.
Maybe. Now definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-3-4. You're right. There's something else.
Oh,
yeah,
Lucas.
That he gets an attack. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets that extra attack, and he gets the area effect attack, which is really nasty. It's really fun. Lucas, if I get your attention, mention it in the chat because I want to show you something. Right. Magic picks up the book. Oh, Lucas, look at this bad boy. Look at this. What do you think of that? Okay, I'm not going to let you read it. It's my secret tech, but it's a spreadsheet. I got a spreadsheet for my roster this weekend. I worked up with a coach.
Spreadsheets are spreadsheets the new thing.
Yeah, well, for Lucas it is. Yeah.
Look, man, I've been doing spreadsheets for 5 years. You want to see my spreadsheet?
Yeah. What? You got a spreadsheet? I got a spreadsheet. All right.
I was doing podcasts on spreadsheets in 2019 or 20.
Daredevil has attacked Xavier with his normal strike, which brings the ninjas back. The ninjas get to make an automatic attack into Xavier as part of their rules. Xavier, though, is tanking it like a boss. He don't care. But Shadowland's going to have a second attack into him.
Yeah. If Shadowland manages to take Xavier down, which is unlikely, not with those dice, not with those blocks.
No.
Wow.
Daredevil's been a
okay.
complete loser this game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love the character so much.
Yes.
He's stinking up the joint. PU managed to do one hit point
Should have been Sandman.
Whippy Xavier.
Wow.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Swedish meta is the strongest meta in Europe.
You think?
I think so. Maybe the UK.
I don't know.
Maybe London.
I mean, you'd like to think it's the UK, given the fact that you guys are like 10 times more people than us.
I don't think that makes a difference. I suppose it's like, yeah, you have more chance to find talent.
You should have more good players if you have more players.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's a that's not always the case. Some countries are terrible at sports, like a certain sport or whatever, because they just don't support it. It's just not a thing. So I don't think population necessarily is enough. Canada has the best players. Come on, Canada's not. Canada Canada even exist? It's
not in Europe, unless you count the Commonwealth.
It's not in Europe. Quinn Duggan refutes the London meta. He says nay to the London meta. I don't know what meta you're part of. I don't know where Quinn Duggan is. I don't think Quinn Duggan's a real thing. I think he's a chatbot.
I don't know what Londoning is, but I don't want to do it to Quinn's ass, I think.
All right, Storm's getting into the action. She's finally said she's going to get her hands dirty. She moves herself within 3 of Klaw, probably to do her spender. Maybe. So she spent the power? Oh, no, she's tossing him. She's tossing Klaw, who's gone already, so he can't do anything about it. Oof. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, I'd say Antstonez is making up some points here. He is looking like he will be able to score 4.
Yeah, look at that. So that's the classic beast move, where you move, toss somebody, and then move back. But Storm.
And he's keeping Rich down to 2, so that would actually mean that he makes up the points disadvantage, giving us a 10-10 situation.
Has lost Nightcrawler though. Has lost Nightcrawler in the process.
Exactly. It has been at the cost of a KO'd character, and also Wolverine is in danger of becoming the second in line.
Yeah. Wow. Nice move, though, Stonesy. Good job, man. Holding it together, not tilting. Love it. Just leaves Xavier left.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of interesting activations that Rich can do. We'll see what happens to Daredevil first here.
He's getting slapped around some more. 4 hits into 1 save.
Might not live through this. Yeah, and he gets moved, and he doesn't like moving. Yeah, he's been slapped around a lot this game. Yeah.
I know.
Not his.
Well, it's just like in the shows, in the Netflix shows. I mean, he gets beaten to a pulp like all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I neglected to mention at the top of the show that these folks, both these players, are X and 1 at the moment. So only the
Yeah,
winner here is moving the elimination. So there's a lot on the line here. This is one of the reasons I chose this match.
they have their backs against the wall and the knives against their throats.
Look at that, 10-10, Stonesy. Well done. Of course, the priority goes over
That's
to
a great
Rich.
comeback.
Yeah, it's a great comeback.
Great comeback.
But Rich is not in the
I'm
catbird
sure
seat.
he would have liked a few more points of damage going through on Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. But points are points.
I bet he will. Yeah, points are points, and I'll bet he'll take it.
Right. Okay.
So,
yeah. This is what MCP is about.
I believe that I would go for Magic here.
Well, it's Rich's. Oh, you mean Rich
Try
should go
to-
to try to take out Magic? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because she's currently holding a book, and if you leave her alive, she can do a ton of damage, and maybe even KO Bullseye, Daze Black Cat, and control the point if you're unlucky. Bullseye only has 2 Mystic Defense, so pretty dangerous for him to be standing next to Magic.
Yeah.
But you could either use Bucky or you could use Bullseye, who has enough power to spend her Magic.
All right. Looks like Soldat's going to do the dirty on Magic.
Yep. Pew, 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 pew.
So, PHP Chrono, you didn't tell me if you're in Georgia or Northern Florida. I'm guessing Georgia because you're not admitting it. All right, Soldat did his hit and run, attacked and moved actually closer to Magic. Ooh, he's got his sights set on Xavier now.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say Georgia? Sorry, buddy.
Spreading the damage around. Interesting.
Guy, is that Gal Gadot, like the actress? Is she playing TTS, MCP? Holy moly. Can you imagine? I legitimately, my head might explode if that were the case. If Gal Gadot was an MCP player and in the TTS league. Good God.
It appears that
what happened? Tell me.
Bucky decided not to attack Xavier and instead do a second attack on Magic, which dazed her.
Oh, well, that's what happens with Magic. It's sad. She's got a lot of cool stuff that she can do, but man, she doesn't take hits terribly well. Okay, apparently the Marjorie Taylor Greene is in the northeast of Atlanta, and he's in southern Georgia. Okay. That sounds much better. Yeah, Gal Gadot playing MCP. Man. I got to just take a moment thinking about that. Can you imagine being across the table from Gal Gadot at one of your dorky events? Whew. How could you concentrate on the game?
Yep, that would
be hard.
Certainly be difficult. Yeah.
Oh.
Real mature, Norbert.
What do you mean mature? I think it would just be so. Look, it'd just be really cool. To have another, the celebrity playing a niche game like this. On top of it being a woman, which is rare in our hobby as it is. On top of it being a very beautiful, well-known actress.
Somewhere in the multiverse.
That exists,
where with an MCP meta consisting of only celebrities.
Yeah, Jamoke. Okay, I don't know about any celebrities playing MCP, but we're referring to what's his name, Henry Cavill playing Warhammer and being pretty public about it.
Yeah, yeah, and he's got. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we had like a top actor playing MCP and doing an MCP TV show?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Who? Me? You talking about me?
No.
I do an MCP show though. I mean, who wouldn't want to play against me? All right, Stonesy's got tools all over the place. Who the hell knows what is happening here?
So Stones has been considering now for a bit how he wants to clap back from having magic based. So looks like it's Wolverine who's up, and he's undecided whether to go for. Oh, looks like that's a charge plus a Berserker Barrage, maybe, or move and then charge. Yep.
Yeah.
Going into bullseye.
Keep in mind he gets to do
currently not holding an extract, so this is purely an attrition move, which is not gonna net him any points.
So this is Wolverine attacking who? Bullseye or Black Cat? Looks like
Bullseye.
Bullseye. He did 1 hit point?
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. Bad face.
God. What a joke. Guy, Robin Williams was I'm not sure if it was 40K or Warhammer Fantasy. I'm not sure which of the two, maybe both, but it was one of those Warhammer games.
Wasn't it the Jumanji?
Jumanji.
That was a game.
Yeah. Okay, Wolverine, that was sad. So it looks like the ninjas are going into Xavier, who doesn't save a thing, so he's going to take a couple of hit points. Or he saved 1, sorry. So he took 1 hit point, and now they're going to attack him again. Yeah, it does
some
nothing.
of the blocks in this game.
I know! The blocks have been bonkers this game. Xavier's just like, whatevs.
Okay.
Ooh, Davey523 is telling us that a WWE female superstar, Shayna Baszler, was apparently a huge 40K player and in fact used her costumes to have 40K themes in it. That's cool. That's super cool. Wow. I'll take that, Davey.
I believe Daredevil now has the power to do a spender, but that's Mystic on his injured side. That's not what you want to be using against Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier's got the 5 Mystic defense.
It looked like he did a normal attack, but that's a good... Oh, that's enough. That's enough. That does it.
Does he?
Boom. Daredevil. Wow.
Daredevil finally woke up.
Yep.
And also healed himself on the point.
Yeah. This is looking pretty good for Rich now. Storm is only on 2 power, not enough to throw something. Rich has 2 activations left. One of them is a spender ready bullseye, so he will be able to put 5 attacks into Wolverine to do 6 damage to him through exceptional healing. And if Wolverine leaves the table, then that means that will mean most likely that 5 more points are in Rich's hand, and that's not gonna be possible for Antstonez to come back from.
Yeah, that was crucial.
I believe
that was crucial. Cheryl has taken down Xavier.
Also, Black Cat has a she's already holding a book, so no steal online there. I think just doing a question is if it's better to just do double troublemakers into Wolverine and do 2 damage twice, 1 damage twice,
Well, and stagger him.
rather than rather than fishing for more
Yeah.
damage with 4 dice builders.
Yep.
I mean, I suppose you could do like 1 book beam, and because he's only 2 mystic defense.
Oh, good point.
And
Yeah.
then one troublemaker.
Yep. Yep. I like that idea. All right, bullseye into Wolverine first.
Yeah, it's probably better to do him first. I mean, if he's lucky with his dice, then that could free up Black Cat to like move over and contest Storm's point, or free up Klaw to move further in field to contribute more next round. Because we will have a next round, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Antstonez commits some sort of horrendous mistake.
You haven't met him yet, have you?
Oh, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At the WTC.
Ah, okay.
Oof, this is a big hit.
Yeah, big hit, and saves are not great. So after both actions, Wolverine's on 3 out of 6 and bleeding.
I think there was only the first action because it was a spender that is 2 attacks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, okay. Cool.
So here comes another normal attack. That's going to do at least 1 damage because he can pay for I never miss.
I see he's going to do 2 because like, Wolverine hasn't been saving anything. God, he's been terrible this game.
Oh, yeah, and now Black Cat can finish him off with just a troublemaker.
Oh, man.
He played exceptional to stop 1 damage. Yeah, why not?
It's late in the game.
Why not?
Might as well.
Well, it's not what you want to do, but it's.
But like, yeah, but two troublemakers take care of it then. Still.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, 1 book beam and 1 troublemaker should do the trick.
Hey, Mike, good to see you in the chat. Mike from the Danger Room in the show.
Storm passed. So here. Oof. Bada bang, that's it.
Oh, no.
Wolverine KO'd.
Yep. By a bunch of
little weenies.
He got taken down by weenies.
She can move and she can grappling hook. I would do exactly this, I believe. It's a bit hard to see whether she can reach that point with just a grappling hook, though. Probably not.
No.
So she does indeed not free up Klaw.
No. He's checking it out. It's not possible.
Oh, maybe it is. It's tight, but it could work. You have to position your models inside the diamond to be in a good position to switch, to rotate between.
Yes, that's the big Huggy tip. Pro tip from Huggy Bear. You have to be inside the diamond if you want to get anywhere in life. Are you Shadowcat?
Spend 2 for grappling hook here, and then he can measure more with greater accuracy. Yeah, that looks in easily. Easily in.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could just move back. Yeah. So that's a great position for Black Cat to be in, far away from everything, scoring two VPs a turn with her book around. I mean, and Klaw now has an activation left to go. He could possibly get within firing range of Storm. Maybe not. We'll see. But he can put himself in a position to contribute next round.
This is rough. Antstonez. He needs a miracle.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's more or less
Wrapped up.
GG here.
GG.
But hey, never give up, as we say.
Nope.
But he needs to. I mean, Rich Mid is gonna go to 15 points here, and stop it. So he will only, and Antstonez is gonna score 2 at max. So we're gonna have 15-2. So that means that Antstonez will have to score 6 points next round. 6 out of 7 points. 5 versus 2 doesn't cut it. That's 50. No, that's a 17-17. He could score 5 points. But with 2 carried characters,
Yeah.
That's like close to impossible. He has to have like exactly 1 character on 3 points. They have to score the points, and they have to have 2 books. So yeah, no, not happening.
Want to thank everybody for tuning in and also giving us a like, giving us a subscribe. We don't ask for any money. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have merchandise. We don't have anything. What we have is super cool viewers who pass on the the opportunity to play MCP with their friends, and also to have them turn them on to our stream so that they can benefit from it as well. That's all we ask. So hit a like, give a subscribe, throw some comments in. We love comments, just to have further conversations with community members and meet new people. Do all those things. Don't send us any money. I do have an OnlyFans. The OnlyFans is invitation only at the moment. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, though, Huggy Bear, we're going to go more public with the OnlyFans. So
Awesome.
we take money for that, but that's a separate thing. This is strictly for the hobby.
Okay, so Storm moved up to attack Black Cat.
Yeah.
That's a long shot.
Yeah, she tanks, so Storm's got power for her. She can juice up the attack, though. That's helpful.
Yeah, but that only gets her to 6 dice, and which then you could just as well do the book beam and not pay. But sure, it could generate power to have a throw, maybe. Oh, whoa! Something weird is happening.
Yeah, what was that? What's going on? Why is Klaw moving? Did someone get dazed?
I don't know.
Oh, it must be some sort of lag catching up or something.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I have no idea what that was.
No, me neither. Weird. Let's see. So it seems like Storm moved up anyway. She's taken 3 damage. Yeah, it must have been Klaw. Klaw moved forward and...
Yeah, okay, so they somehow resolved the attack that did no damage. I don't know how or why, or...
Yeah.
Klaw moved up and attacked Storm.
Yeah, so Black Cat
So
survived Storm's attacks.
Expected.
Yeah.
Or even worse than 15-12. Yeah, I mean, Rich can more or less just run to a corner here.
He's gonna put baby in the corner.
Yeah.
All right, moving into round 5. 15 Rich Mitchid to 11 Stonesy. Whew. Rich does not have priority. So, I don't know. Some major action from Magic, Xavier, or Storm to happen. Not sure. The game's really slow today. A lot of lag. I don't know what's going on.
Yep. Well, at least the streaming overlay is back from the crash.
Yeah, that's true. Small victories.
Yep.
What books are you working on now in your professional career?
great books. Great books. Got a ton of literary awards lined up here. Yes. No,
Oh.
it's there are a couple of good ones. They're in Swedish, but yeah. Are you
Oh,
familiar with the?
God
Oh,
damn it.
disconnect again.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Hanseatic League?
Yes, of course I am. Did you know Kings Lynn in Norfolk, where I'm near in my artist residence, it was one of the Hanseatic League member states.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do know about that
Yeah,
because
cool.
I'm currently that's one of the books I'm currently editing is on the Hanseatic League.
Oh, cool. So does it mention Kings Lynn?
Yes, it does
Cool.
on multiple occasions.
Hey, amazing. Well, I need to know about that. All right, so we crashed again. I have to start it up again. I don't know what's going on
Yep.
tabletop today. Yeah. Was there any other places in England that were Hanseatic cities?
Depends on how you define Hanseatic cities, but sure, I don't know them on the off of the top of my head
Hmm.
right now, but I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, cool. That'd be interesting. I know the Hanseatic League, believe it or not, I first came across it from a supplement in first or second edition.
We're
Uh, d-
waiting on you. Okay, it looks like they called the game.
oh, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Rich. Is the game over? No. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Um, there was a supplement, I think in first edition or second edition, of Dungeons and Dragons when I was still playing that, and it was themed around the Hanseatic League. It didn't say that, but it it was clearly based on it the way it was, and it was really cool. I only got the book and read about it. I didn't actually play any games in that world, but it's very intriguing. Right, Klaw moving back to the point that he moved away from to try to beat up Storm.
Yep. Looks like someone dropped a book on the floor, possibly Black Cat. Yeah,
Yeah,
looks
Black
like
Cat.
Black Cat.
Yeah. Yeah, so it seems like Storm must have maybe taken her out.
Yeah, that looks to be the case.
And
So that means Claw leadership was triggered and he was moved. He used his sword move to get within one of the book, and now he can
yes.
double tap the floor.
Right. So she attacked Black Cat, probably knocked her, dazed her on the first action because she then Claw moved and then she attacked again, probably into Claw. Claw only took 2 points of damage. He's fine. And turn passes over to Rich. And Rich is deciding to move with Soldat. Oh, I need to share the screen. Sorry, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, so this is just about securing the win for Rich, like trying to create this difficult situation of he's just going ahead and activating Claw. Why not?
He wants to use him. How often do you get to use Claw, right?
I mean, Magic is still. I mean, he only has Magic and Xavier left, right? And the only character that can reach out and touch Claw is Magic, and if he does that, then he's not doing anything to Bucky, who is also holding a book and can reach the last point of damage.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Claw,
the last VP.
Claw, as predicted, knocks down Storm. He's moving the book as far away from Stonesy's stuff as possible, and is likely to pick up the book that's just next to him. Yep, there it goes.
Yep. He might stick around on the point. He might run further away, which would seal the deal.
Yeah. He also healed himself with some power. I think he has an ability to heal himself too, in addition to the crisis healing.
Yes, he does. He does.
Okay.
So maybe Black Cat could possibly not blackout, magic could possibly teleport and move to get one spender into Klaw. That's not gonna change anything though, because then Bucky can just run.
He's gonna. She's gonna go after
Yeah.
Bucky, who's got a book by the
Playing
way.
for
so-
tiebreakers.
All right, magic into Soldat. Good hit. 4 with a crit into 2 saves. Crit rolls into nothing. So 4 into 2 takes 2 points of damage. He's on 4 out of 6. What's his mystic defense? Is it bad?
2.
It's 4.
I thought you meant bullseye.
No.
Bucky has 4. Yeah.
Wow.
For some reason, he's Bucky 2 is much more
Robust.
Psychically resilient.
Magic only does 2 hits on the second action. 1 save with a crit. Yeah, 1 save. So he's gonna take 1 more. Oh, it leaves him on 1. What a bitch. Jeez. Oh no, it's 2 hits. Sorry, 3 hits. I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, he's dazed.
That's the trick.
And drops the book. So magic has the book now.
Yep.
And she's going to teleport herself onto the point. Clever. Good. Pierce. Thank you, Akami. It was Pierce. She's got Pierce on her attacks, and that's why she was able to go through the 1 save that Bucky 2 did. Okay, back over to Rich. Rich is going
Daredevil.
Daredevil beating up the old man. 2 hits into 2 saves. 3 hits. 3 hits into 2 saves. Yeah, 3 hits into 2 saves. So he's going to take 1.
1.
These must be the ninjas actually doing the work so far.
Yeah. This is the ninja. So this is just a warm up.
Warm up. Second attack does nothing, so now it's Daredevil's turn.
Spending 2 power to reduce Xavier's defense to 2 from 6.
3 hits with a crit. 4 hits into 1 save.
Okay, so
he's on 1 hit point left.
1 more damage.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe Pierce. I don't know. Something happened, but Xavier's off the table. Ugh. That means
was there some sort of miscalculation on that? I don't know.
I don't know. But Daredevil's now going to score that bottom point.
Yep.
And Rich is just going
and
to...
no activations left for Antstonez.
No. So Bullseye's last activation here, and he's going to try to take down magic and get the book back.
Yeah.
Or he has a book, but get her to drop.
He has a book, but he can get the secure.
Yeah.
Back.
Not with those hits though. One hit goes into her from the automatic damage. And next attack does 2 hits, 2 saves, no problem. And then the last action does 2 hits with a crit. 2 hits in a crit into, I'm not sure how many saves. 1 save so far, which is a crit. Yeah, just 1 save. So she survives. So he doesn't get that secure, but game's in the bag. GG.
Indeed.
So that gives Rich 2 extracts and 2 secures, putting him on 18, right, to Stonesy's 11. Well,
he kept his eyes on the prize throughout the game and executed. Particularly the 2 first turns were very well measured and
yes,
well executed by Rich, which put him into a 2VP lead that forced Antstonez into taking more risks with his activations, and then Rich just kept capitalizing on that. Stones rattled for a bit, clinging back to a 10-10 situation, but that was after losing Nightcrawler, so he was, I mean, even if the VP scoring evened out, he was way behind on attrition.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say after round 2, this was Rich's game, more or less entirely, and that was down to clever deployment and a well-composed team and some great decisions along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Right. Let's jump into their channel and say hello. See you over there.
Let's do that.
All right. Anybody got questions for the boys? Let me know, and we will endeavor to ask them. Let's find their table. There they are. Hello.
Yeah, nobody plays Klaw.
Yeah, but
I think.
Hey,
I
buddy.
think there's plenty it. Hello.
Hey, Norbert.
Hey. Just want to let you know we're on the air. Thank you so much for letting us stream your game.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, thank you for having us.
It was great. You guys had some really experimental lists. It was super fun to see something different on the tables, and a really close game throughout. So it was really, really great. Thanks for this opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for letting us play.
sure. And Antstonez, before I forget to ask you, are you coming down from Momea to Malmo this weekend?
Yes, I am.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yes. So I will meet you guys there.
Can't wait. Who's coming with you from the frozen north?
From Umeå, it's me, Marcus, and Niklas. I don't know how much they don't play much on TTS, but they've been to Finland and stuff. But
Okay,
they do not
cool.
attend OT. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let us start with you, Antstonez. You've got a really cool roster. People were really impressed that you're bringing Storm along, despite using Xavier's thing. So tell us a little bit about your thoughts when you saw Rich's roster, about how you put your team together.
So when I saw his roster, I had no idea what was going on. Because I started asking questions like, why do you have that? Why do you have this? I don't understand any of this.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, so you have Klaw there as well? What does he do? It's like, yeah, it was very different. And I think I leaned a bit the wrong way, because this is definitely more of an attrition list. And I went a bit more attrition-y with the list I picked, running both Nightcrawler and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those could have easily been like Beast, Miles, and Toad instead, or Shadowcat, just to have like more scenario and just play the scenario and try not to fight as much.
Right. So what drove you then to make these choices?
I thought Wolverine could tank one side, and then I could maybe hit harder on the other, and that was kind of the idea. Also really wanted to play Nightcrawler because of the stealth, because we had that train piece here.
Yep.
That was size 2, so I was like, okay, then I can actually pick up the middle one and be within stealth, which Magic couldn't, and I wouldn't have to bring my X-Men to do the forward and back to my back points.
Yeah.
And so I thought I was safe.
Yeah. That was clever from Rich's thing, using the ability to break down terrain. Really clever.
Exactly. That really caught me off guard, because I thought I was super safe. And then I had to spend Xavier's Dream to save him, and then he did nothing with it.
Yeah. Why do you like Wolverine 1 rather than Logan?
So a lot of it came down to the fact that I don't own Logan.
Oh, okay.
But especially it's like that I can do the best of what I do turn 1 with Xavier leadership quite easily. Xavier always had that 2 powers. I think he's very good with Xavier, and Xavier also gives him rerolls to help him out. Not that I don't think I got to use the Professor rerolls anytime this game, because the few times I could use it was on the Black Cat, and then I couldn't reroll. So it was like,
yes, that's right.
Or into Shadowlands with Magic, but then I didn't need them. So it was a bit awkward. He did very little this game.
Yeah. I think Wolverine was just a big punching bag this game.
Yeah, Wolverine was a big punching bag, definitely. And he couldn't even kill the Winter Soldier when I needed him to.
Yeah. The dice definitely were not helping out. The amount of saves on both sides of this game were incredible.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The defense dice was something else.
Yeah, there was a turn where you did like 3 attacks into Professor and did 1 damage, because I rolled like 3 defense every time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And also, was it Magic or Xavier? I can't remember now. Who just completely mauled Daredevil? He didn't stand a
that
chance.
was Magic.
Yeah.
Magic just sliced through him.
Yeah. So Wolverine and Daredevil were just a bunch of punching
Yeah.
bags this game, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Definitely.
We lost the Huggy Bear, so I'm not sure if he had some questions for you, but we'll come back to you then. And so, Rich, Quinn Duggan, of course, is taking complete responsibility for this roster and your ability to use it. Can you comment on that?
Of course, yes.
Yeah?
Yes. No. Yeah, so this all came about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of Winter Guard. I've been playing a lot of Guardians, and I was like, I'm getting a little bit of fatigue. I want to play something different. And I just looked at who I thought was, in terms of a leadership, like probably the worst leadership in the game. And just a character that was not played a lot. So while Shadowlands Daredevil is in the roster, it is a mono
Claw list.
Claw leadership list.
Yeah.
That's the only leadership I've taken. SDD's purely there because I actually think he's a really good character. He plays quite nicely into the stealth aspect. So I've got 4 characters in my team who have stealth with Black Cat, SDD, Bucky, and Mysterio. But he's there really because he's got the grunts.
Yeah.
Because I can pick something up for free, and it gets me that first movement on Klaw to get him into some nice positions.
It was really masterful. I think your opening was really beautiful, and in fact, the second turn as well, the way you ran it was really nice. So you clearly have been practicing this and have a plan.
Yep, yeah, there is a plan. I saw the D map, and I'm not gonna lie, it really didn't favor me one bit.
I was quite happy getting it.
So really, really didn't want to lose priority.
Right.
And I knew that I was going to be in a position where I couldn't take the first extract. Take the center extract. So I knew that just to try and keep on parity with him, I had to make sure that I got the 2 points at the side, and I felt like Shadowlands and Black Cat on one side, and then Bucky and Klaw on the other would be enough to secure me those 2 points. The combination of Bucky and Klaw is only a recent thing in the last few days with games I've been practicing, but it really helps Klaw with survivability. And when Bucky is within 2, although he did move away from him in this game, giving him cover really helps, but also it really puts people off attacking Klaw because Bucky then gets to attack back.
So tell me about this, though. We're curious, the way Daredevil with Klaw makes total sense. Obviously, the rest of them are affiliated characters, but what's the focus on Winter Soldier here? Why is he in the roster?
It's the Soldat activated tactics card. So basically, even though he's not in Criminal Syndicate, if you've got a leadership that is Cabal, Crimson, or Hydra, Bucky can play this card, and he gets this innate superpower called Compelled Minion. So when an allied character with an active leadership within 2 of this character is targeted by an attack, the allied character gains cover. And then after the attack is finished, if he wasn't dazed or KO'd, he gets to spend 2 and make an attack targeting that character. Or a 0-cost attack. And then at the beginning of his turn, if he's within 2, he gains an extra power and he removes the damage.
It's amazing. It's a lot of going on there. But why? I mean, it's a great card, there's no doubt, and you can get value out of it. But why did you feel compelled to add it to this particular roster?
When I played, because I've been playing quite a lot with this list, honing it, moving characters in, characters out. When I initially played it, I I was just trying to play all the movement shenanigans with him using grunts. But Klaw against energy is amazing with 5 dice.
Yep.
But he's 3 dice physical and 3 dice mystic.
Yeah.
So if targeted, he can go down very, very easily.
Yeah.
So just having somebody there to really help Klaw out with A, the survivability, and then, as I say, B, being able to... There's a couple of... Other than that card, there's a couple of other pieces of there as well. So Klaw, obviously, at the end of his activation, gets to push a character away.
Mm-hmm.
I think that triggers his hitbox. I can't remember, actually. Maybe it doesn't. No, it's in advance, so that doesn't work on that. But yeah, it was really all around survivability of Klaw, because he can go down very, very easily.
Okay.
If he is targeted.
Right. Okay. Cool. So how are you finding Klaw, and what kind of tips can you give people who might like to try him out?
He's definitely a finesse character. You obviously want to take the idea of having grunts with him, whether it's Sandman, whether it's Daredevil, you could even take Elektra, I suppose, if you really wanted. But the idea is that it just gives him some extra movement. So not only can he displace his opponent at the end of their activation, if he's being displaced, you then have it within your own control to be able to get him back onto a point, get him back into within 2 of Bucky, something like that. So, yeah, I think he can be very, very good if his attacks work. You saw there with the beam, because he gets to blow terrain up as soon as his beam is placed. You can do things like taking away the cover or taking away the stealth from Nightcrawler. But you have to protect him, because he does go down very, very easily to melee and to physical attacks. Even though he can heal himself for 2, he's got a pretty decent stamina pool on his front with 7. Without that extra protection from Bucky, you can go down very, very easily against anyone. But I'm just enjoying playing something else. I pulled him. I was like, I need to paint something. This was about 3 weeks ago, and I was like, do you know what? I've got the M'Baku and Klaw sat there. They're not even built. They're not even primed or anything. So I was like, I really like Klaw's model. So I'm going to paint that up. And I was like, well, if I've painted him up, I should probably have a little look and see what can be done with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
So you think there's some legs to this guy? It's just that you got to put the work in to maximize his potential.
In the last 2 or 3 weeks, this is probably my 25th game.
Okay.
Over the last, I've been playing maybe 1 or 2 games with him every evening. So you do need to understand what his limitations are, what he's susceptible to. And it really didn't click. I almost gave up, and then I was reading through I was looking at OG Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then I looked at this card and I was like, oh, that works. Winter Soldier could be a rogue agent in there as well, helping me with just hitting my 50x%. But yeah, it didn't really click until Winter Soldier 4 or Winter Soldier 2 came in. And yeah, he does so much work.
Yeah.
And the list has got a lot of mobility, for being able to get into position without having to use an action on that, whether it's hit and run with Bucky, with Bullseye. Obviously, you've got the bat and snare thing with Daredevil, where he gets to make a short advance and it's guaranteed. You don't need a trigger on it.
Right.
Got the placement with Black Cat as well. So yeah, I think there's something in there with him. I don't believe he's the best leader for Criminal Syndicate. I think there are probably, I'd argue probably, for an attrition-based game, Shadowlands Daredevil is probably better. And I very nearly decided last minute to go with Shadowlands Daredevil, but I thought, no, I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm going to play the cards or play the characters that I've been practicing,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it paid off.
Yeah. Stonesy, where do you think things went south for you? Because you managed to hold it tight for.
I think the first thing was deployment.
Oh yeah, tell us why.
I put Professor Exa here, and then he has double moved here, and I couldn't double move 2 characters here, which already like turn 1 scored me a bit wrong. Let's see, where is he? See if I can show, because then he couldn't get like further than this.
Right.
And that meant he had to walk once to the next activation, because if he would have been to double move here, then the next activation you could also threaten this point and maybe threaten and go back.
Right.
So like the fact that he was a bit mispositioned meant he couldn't threaten the point, and he didn't do much the first round at all.
Okay, understood. What else?
So that was the first miss. Then I ran Wolverine in here just to like be annoying, I guess, just like keep these guys away. I think that was fine. But when Klaw walked up, because I activated here first, because I thought Nightcrawler was safe.
Yeah.
And then he has 1 popped Wolverine and then 1 popped Nightcrawler, and I had to play the card to save Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Which was rough, but it was like, okay, I still have a chance. Then I think I maybe went a bit greedy with Nightcrawler, because I decided to go into Bullseye, but I think at the same time...
He didn't take down Bullseye, though. Bullseye.
Yeah, right? Right. But he couldn't.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. So then it was like very rough, because I had 8 points just doing absolutely nothing, and actually wasted my most important card. And that's when I started feeling rough, but then turn 3, I think, I managed to score 4 points.
Yeah,
and looked pretty well.
It was a great turn. Yep.
But it was also very rough that the Winter Soldier managed to one-shot, or just enough kill Nightcrawler, because he had 3 health when Soldier shot. I think if he lives, then he can't kill both Magic and Nightcrawler as easily the next turn, and then I actually get to activate one of them.
Yeah.
Although maybe with his Spender he could have gotten the trigger and get rid of both, but I think that would, because the round after I had like no good activations and it felt very rough.
Yeah.
Being 2 characters down, because I had lost. No wait, he was my first down. Yeah, I guess he was 1 down, but yeah.
Okay. What about you, Rich? Did you feel at any point in trouble?
I think, I mean, when you've got a character like Wolverine on the board, you always have to be wary, because there isn't a single character on my board that he doesn't have the potential of being able to, if not one shot, when he was as powered up.
Yeah, I don't think he killed. He didn't place or KO a character in the entire game.
But it was, I think, one of the things, and it's another little combo I really like with Winter Soldier and Klaw, is they both have concussion, and it's your opponent loses 1 power before damage is dealt for each wild.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was actually able to mitigate, at least in one of the turns, the sort of big moves. I think there was a turn where Logan only came back with start of the turn with 2 power.
Yeah,
which meant he didn't. Usually in those situations, he's taken damage, he heals it back off. He gets a lot of power. I think he was, sort of in the board around about here-ish, and it meant that he had to move and then do the best at what I do, rather than being able to move and use his spender and so on and so forth. So yeah, I was.
Because Spender would reach with just 1 move and then being on the point and 1 action left, but now it just gets much more annoying for him.
Yeah, there was also I had an opportunity at the start of round 2 to actually go all according to plan, and take priority then. And I did sit and think about it for a few minutes. It would have been a big power drop, and it would have been taking quite a lot of power off Klaw, which I didn't want to do. I'd kind of seen the beam set up, and I kind of thought that he maybe thought that Nightcrawler was safe.
I fell for that.
So yeah, I knew that I only needed to get 1, 6 dice attack into Wolverine. I only needed to get 1 power, even if I'd spiked and he exceptional healing, which I thought he might have done. I knew that I was going to be in a position where I could get a good beam off. He did help me out by dazing Shadowlands Daredevil, which meant I then could get the little move. And at that point, and then especially when Klaw managed to take out Wolverine without the exceptional, and then do quite a bit of not only do damage to Nightcrawler, but put Nightcrawler in a position where he all of a sudden didn't have that terrain in the middle to hang around. So he needed to make a choice of, do I pull him back? And then he's got a 4-threat character holding a back point, which isn't a great use of a 4-threat character.
No.
And, you know, he's got 2 characters scoring a maximum of 3, meaning that it really opens it up for the other 3 points for me. So I think that for me was the turning point when the terrain went and Nightcrawler went.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, also,
there
like,
I felt
that's
fairly
also why I
in
didn't
control.
play Exceptional, because I thought he's only gonna have 1 attack left. He's just gonna attack Wolverine again, and then he's gonna get rid of Wolverine anyway. So, like, I thought it wouldn't matter as much, because I was like, yeah, you're fine. You're just gonna lose your second action, but then you just blew Nightcrawler up as well. And then I was like, oh no.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Rich, congratulations. You managed to escape the bubble. You are still in it. You have 1 more match to go to make it into the elimination rounds.
Yeah, you better do it now, because you put me out of it.
So, so you excited for that, Rich? When have you been in the elimination rounds before?
Oh yeah. I think like 3 seasons ago, 2 or 3 I've made it into the finals 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
I think the last time was maybe with Winter Guard, and I think I finished 6th overall, something
fun.
like that. So
yeah.
Oh, not bad.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Cool. We're up. Just got 1 match ahead of you still to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
crossed.
yeah. And Stonesy, thanks for being a good sport about everything. I'm sorry that you're no longer in the running, but on the other hand, we're going to be drinking beer and playing games.
I'll get to play this weekend. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's only practice for that, you know? That and WTC.
Brilliant. All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Huggy Bear, unfortunately, his computer internet died or something, so he's not going to be able to say goodbye. I'm sure he says goodbye. And thanks, everybody in the chat, for keeping us company and also doing a lot of corrections on things, helping us keep the game moving along. So thanks very much for watching us. Do tune in next week for hopefully another match from us for Week 6 of the TTS Season 14 MCP League. Thanks very much for watching, and good night.